What's up, guys? I don't think I've done one of these in here in a long time, and you can probably go back through my old videos and watch as this gradually becomes less and less. But anyway, just a topic I wanted to throw out there. It's discussed a lot, in some Facebook groups I've seen. So, why power lifters don't necessarily count gym lifts as lifts. And it's all air quotes, etc. And this applies pretty well to just power lifters. Like if you're just a recreational lifter who doesn't power lift, then it really doesn't matter. And I know I imagine most people would first go to calibrated plates at meets. That's honestly not the biggest deal. Uh, Plates are plates, weight is weight. If you bench 500 pounds on non-calibrated plates in your home gym, you're stronger than somebody who benched, 400 pounds on calibrated plates in a meet. That part's not up for debate. But why it doesn't necessarily count, it's mainly the competition itself. Travel may or may not be involved, having to do with the standards of judges. And again, these are all things, I think most people know what powerlifting standards are, and if you did a lift to powerlifting standards or not. Some people try to slide by with lesser, and say they did, but we all know. But the biggest thing for me, and I think most powerlifters would sort of endorse this, is it's you pick a meet day, and that day is set in stone. Like that's going to be the day. Your preparation has to lead to you being as strong as you can possibly be on that day. More often than not, there's going to be travel involved. Aside from fatties, you're going to have to weigh a certain weight. You're going to be out of your element a little bit. You're going to have to perform all the lifts on the same day, not a day of your choosing. And you don't know how long it's going to be between lifts. You're not going to be able to pick your PR song. You're not going to be able to perform the lift exactly 1 hour, 15 minutes, and 30 seconds after ingesting your favorite pre-workout, etc., etc. There's so many variables to it, but it's mainly that it's that day. Because you can go into your gym on a random day and be like, I'm going to do a heavy squat today. Your warm-ups feel like shit. You start approaching what's going to be your heavy single, and you call it off because it feels like shit. On a meet day, you have to do it that day. You got to give it what you got. If it's not there, it's not there. It's not going to be there. You don't get to, just call it off and wait another couple weeks and try again. You have to do it on that day. Yes, you can schedule a meet 2 weeks later, but who the fuck does that? And again, you're probably not going to be there where you want to be 2 weeks later neither. So you can't do your whole normal warm-up routine you do in your gym, your playlist, etc. I mean, you can get it close, I guess, with headphones and what equipment's there, but it's you have to share warm-up space with people that you might not normally be sharing warm-up space with. My last meet, I fucking pulled a noob move, and I didn't even get to do my last warm-up. There's just different dynamics. The benches at my last meet were not competition spec benches in the warm-up room. Obviously, the one on the platform was. So there was, putting plates under feet there, having to adapt and improvise and all that shit. That's my take from it, and I think, again, a lot of other powerlifters would endorse that. It's the having to perform on that day aspect of it, much less, 9 near maximal, super maximal attempts, in one day, and not being able to do it in the comfort of your own gym at your own pace, and just, warming up to that one lift for the day, etc. As far as the calibrated plates, I will say this, it does I've said it on other videos, it has a slightly different feel to it with the calibrated plates versus your standard iron plates in most gyms. But it's just a little bit of a feel. It doesn't make it heavier or lighter for the most part. And, you know, a lot of times if you go weigh out those iron plates, they might be heavier than what they're labeled. I know I've got 345s here in my garage gym at work, and they average 46.2 pounds each. So when I have them loaded, you know, when I have 315 loaded, it's really like 322, something like that. So yeah, there's certainly a different feel to calibrated plates, but they don't necessarily always make it heavier than the iron plates you're using. And as far as claiming a gym lift, claiming a PR lift for YouTube or whatever, if, you know, that's your thing, you're not a power lifter, you know, that's all good. There's nothing wrong with that. And you don't need calibrated plates to be able to claim X amount of lift or whatever that. If you want to weigh out your plates, just to be super specific, go for it. But, you know, if you got 3 wheels on each side, it's probably pretty close to 315 if you weigh your plates out. So yeah, that's, as I get on into my rambling here, main difference, again, just to emphasize, is the date, the set hard date that you have to perform the lifts in front of judges versus your own pace whenever you want to, one lift at a time, whenever you want to, you know, in your gym, in your garage gym, at the gym you go to, etc., etc. Peace.